vitamins, bro. She is just crazy today. Look at what in the world? Okay. We're just gonna roll with it like it's supposed to be like that. It's not supposed to be like that. It's not supposed to be like this. Hey everybody, it's Chris and I'm back with another video. So today's video is going to be a little bit different than what I normally post here on the channel, but it's concerning vitamins and supplements and stuff like that. I actually get lots of questions asking whether or not I take hair supplements or, you know, any vitamins for hair growth and things like that. So to answer that question, no, I have not specifically taken a hair vitamin for hair growth or anything, but currently I do take several different vitamins for different things. Now, one of the vitamins that I do have here could be beneficial to hair, skin, and nails and stuff like that, but again, that's not necessarily like my sole reason for taking it. Now, although I'm not necessarily taking things for hair growth specifically, as you may know, like your diet and your nutrients and stuff like that, things that you intake and put into your body can definitely show up on your hair. So, you know, if you're eating healthy, if you're exercising, if you're taking your vitamins regularly, that can definitely have a positive effect on your hair growth. So looking at this table, I have 6 different things that I currently take in my nutrient regimen, if you will. Just a disclaimer, I am nowhere near, okay, by any chance, a doctor. So I'm not going to be able to like dissect each and every ingredient that are listed within the vitamins. But once again, I'm going to just let you know what I'm taking and why I'm taking it personally. And of course, I'm going to let you know what my results have been thus far. So let's jump right in. So to start things off, I do currently have a favorite brand that I currently love. I've been taking this brand for a couple years now, and I really don't see myself switching. Yeah, so the brand I'm talking about is Capsules Laboratories, and the founder is Andrew Lessman, and I believe he's primarily on HSN. So all the HSN shoppers, check Andrew Lessman's vitamins out, because there are like thousands of reviews on vitamins and most of them have like almost 5 stars. I will say that these vitamins are not necessarily like cheap. So Ty and I have basically made a switch with like our health choices. Like, we actually want to pay for quality. So before, I would just be buying like brands from Walmart, and nothing against Walmart or anything like that, but I would go and pick up like a $5 bottle of whatever, and once again not really see any results and things like that, but it would have been $5. There's really no point of paying less for something that's not going to work. 5 of my 6 vitamins are Andrew Lessman Capsules Laboratories vitamins, and then I have one that is not. So first up is my daily multivitamin that I actually take 5 days a week. So I'm going to explain that in a little bit, but I currently take my multivitamin 5 days a week, and they're called the Essential One. It says on the front that this contains more than 25 essential nutrients, and it's also the highest potency in a single capsule. So the Essential Ones look like this, and they don't really smell too much like anything. They kind of just smell like vitamins, so nothing offensive or anything. There are so many different nutrients in this particular capsule. I also love the fact that you only have to take 1 a day and you're pretty much set. So once again, I take these 5 days a week. This is my multivitamin of choice. Alright, so up next are my omega-3s. This is another Andrew Lessman brand. This is called the Essential Omega-3. It says that it's high DHA and EPA fish oil, flaxseed oil, and it's free of mercury and other contaminants. So omega-3s are very helpful for your heart, your brain, your circulatory system, things like that. So I definitely wanted to incorporate omega-3 vitamin or fish oil supplement in my diet, especially since I currently have high blood pressure. Basically, this was like a no-brainer for me. I definitely want to make sure that, you know, I have the right nutrients for my heart health and things like that. So now, like the front says, it does contain fish oil. So the capsules themselves, when you open them up, you can kind of smell a little bit of like, you can tell it's seafood, like fish, but it's not like fish, okay, if that makes sense. It's like a really light scent. They don't necessarily smell like orange though either. So you can see the capsule is really small, and with this particular bottle, they have like different potencies and stuff like that, I believe, on hsn.com, so check that out. This particular one, the serving size is 2 soft gels daily, and I usually try to take 2. I at least take 1 a day. Sometimes I forget to take my second one, but the serving size is 2. Another thing about this particular fish oil brand with the DHA and EPA, it's also really good for your eye health. Now, I currently wear contacts. I've been wearing I said currently like it's like something new. I've been wearing glasses since I was in like the 3rd grade, so eye health is very important to me. The fact that these particular omega-3s contain like the DHA and stuff like that, which is great for your retina and your macular health. Okay, I sound like a doctor, but I'm not. That's awesome for your eye health. And then in the essential ones, once again, they contain lutein, which is great for your eyes as well. So I'm telling you, you're covered. A newer addition to my supplement stash is the MSM 500 capsules here. This says that it's essential support for hair, skin, and nails, and joints. It says here that MSM is like a sulfur, and it doesn't smell like sulfur or anything like that, by the way. It doesn't really smell like anything, and I'm not like burping up like sulfur scent. That would be kind of gross. It says that sulfur plays an important role in your cartilage, ligaments, and tendons. It's also essential to the creation of protein, elastin, keratin, and collagen, which is great for like your beauty and stuff, okay? Now, the reason that I'm taking these is for my joints more than anything. I know a lot of people actually take MSM for hair growth and things like that, but for me, what sparked this purchase was my joints. I actually get carpal tunnel symptoms here and there, and I've actually had that off and on after having Gabriel. There was a time when like I had to wear wrist braces and everything because I couldn't, like my joints just kept giving out. Like I couldn't hold Gabe without feeling like I was going to drop him. It was like a really, really freaked out time, okay? Stressful. I actually usually get the pain here in my wrist area, and it's probably a combination of a couple things. I cannot break this habit, but I actually sleep kind of like a hamster. So like I tuck my wrists in like this when I sleep. Like I kind of like, I don't know how to explain it, but Ty has tried to help me break the habit. I've actually worn wrist brace at night to try to break the habit of tucking my hands in, and I fail. I fail every time. So yes, I'm 31 and I tuck myself into like a little ball when I go to sleep. And I also have a desk that's slightly higher than it should be for typing and stuff. And obviously I'm on the computer a lot. So my wrists are actually not really set up for success, okay? It actually got to the point to where I was waking up and I could not move my hands. Like it freaked me out. Before I started taking these, I would go to sleep and like wake up and freak Ty out because I would just be like, oh my gosh, I can't move my hands. Oh! And like he would try to like help me loosen them up. It was just a mess, y'all, like seriously. So once I got to that point, I was like, I have to try something else. Tuned in one day and he was talking about the benefits of MSM. So I did my own research and things like that, and I was like, you know what, let me give it a shot. Now I actually tried these a long time ago, different brand. I believe it was from Walmart. I believe it was about $5 and it didn't work. So going off of that, I was a little bit skeptical as to how these would work for me. But I took a chance on them. I would say within like 2 weeks or so after taking these, I wasn't waking up with any wrist pain at all. And I still tuck myself into a ball. I haven't broken that habit yet. Pray for me, y'all. But I don't wake up with my wrists like locked up like they were doing. To go from waking up stiff and literally like, oh my gosh, I can't move, to good morning. It's like completely different. It's kind of like crazy. But these absolutely work for my joints. As far as the hair, skin, and nails, I'm not quite sure with that. My skin's been doing pretty well. Many of you have like noticed and stuff, so maybe this has helped with my skin. As far as my hair, many of you have asked me recently if I've started taking vitamins for hair and stuff like that, so maybe it's contributing to some of the hair growth and stuff. I did do like a trim slash sort of cut back in October. I actually started these in October, and it kind of seems like my length is almost back where it was before I cut. So maybe, but I'm not tracking my growth or anything like that, so I wouldn't necessarily say yes or no to it, but perhaps. But moving right along to my final two Andrew Lessman Pro Caps. These last two I take twice a week. So remember I said that I only take the essential ones 5 days a week? There's a reason why. So the essential ones have a lot of B vitamins in them. The next two vitamins I have here are the Coenzyme Q10 200 milligram capsules and the Ultimate Women's Wellness capsules as well. And both of these vitamins also have tons of B vitamins in them. I actually have learned that I actually am kind of sensitive to B vitamins. I believe it's biotin and B12 that I'm most sensitive to. And if I don't drink enough water, if I'm taking like a high potency dose of those vitamins, I tend to break out in like really, really fine bumps. They're not necessarily like pimples that like, you know, you can pop or anything, but it almost looks like a rash. Whenever I take anything that's high potency with biotin or vitamin B, I drink a ton of water, like a ton of water. You want to be peeing often, okay? Like often. So there is no way that I can take, or that my skin can take, taking all of these daily. It would just be way too much on my system, so I actually have to like break them up. So I'm going to start with the Ultimate Women's Wellness Vitamins here. And it says that this naturally relieves symptoms of menopause, perimenopause, and PMS. So, okay, we're going to keep it real with this vitamin. All right, this was actually not something that I really thought I would end up taking. I think I started these about almost a year ago now, and they are phenomenal. Okay, like phenomenal. But once again, seeing Angel Lessman, who was basically talking about women's hormone balance and, you know, how we fluctuate throughout the month. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Yes, we fluctuate throughout the month, and sometimes things just go crazy. Basically, the nutrients that are in this particular vitamin help keep a woman's body working right. Okay. Now again, I'm going to keep it real and a little bit personal here, but I actually went through a time where I was having trouble with UTIs, okay? Like, seriously, it is the most frustrating thing to deal with. And if you've ever had like a urinary tract infection before, it is the worst, okay? Nobody wants to have to pee and burn, okay? It's just, nobody has time for that. So I actually got a UTI like when I was a teenager, and one of my friends had told me, she was like, oh my gosh, you got a UTI, you're going to get them all the time. And I didn't necessarily believe her. I was like, yeah, right, no. I will say that after having like a first one, like back in the day, I definitely became more prone to having them, and it was the most frustrating thing. So for a while I was actually doing really well with, you know, drinking a ton of cranberry juice and taking like cranberry supplements, and I actually tried to go for like a more expensive cranberry supplement at the time, and I went with one from like the vitamin shop. It was like an all natural one. I still wasn't getting the results that I wanted, and I was just really sensitive, okay? She was sensitive. And y'all know I love y'all to be telling y'all all this stuff, all right? Although the issue was more so like with me and stuff, and I was just like frustrated with, okay? I was just over her, okay? Obviously, your husband is affected by that too. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. You don't want to do anything when you're frustrated with yourself. Me and Ty were watching HSN one day, and again, Andrew Lessman was on, and he was talking about, you know, hormone balance and some of the stuff, and I believe he actually mentioned UTIs and stuff like that, and Ty was like, you know what, you should try them. You should try them. And I was like, oh no. He was like, okay, I'm going to order these for you, and you're going to try them out. And I was like, okay, we'll try them out. And no joke, I have been taking these for almost a year. I have not, I'm telling all of you too, I have not had a UTI since. Okay? Thank you, Jesus, because everything else that I tried, and I went to the doctor before and stuff like that, but everything else that I've tried didn't work. Didn't work. They would come back and I'd be frustrated, and Ty would be frustrated. We're not frustrated no more. These are so potent that I do not take these daily. Right now I'm doing like every Wednesday and every Sunday. The women's wellness vitamins are pretty small like this, and they are kind of like a tannish brown color. Although I absolutely love this supplement, they do not smell good at all. Okay. But they work, and they don't like make you smell like this. My final Andrew Lessman supplement is once again the Coenzyme Q10 200 milligram capsules. It says it's for cellular energy and protection. CoQ10s are about that big, so they're really, really tiny, and they don't have like an offensive odor or anything like that. They kind of just smell like vitamins. But once again, CoQ10 is really beneficial for your heart, your brain, your liver, your pancreas, and stuff like that. Not only does CoQ10 help keep your brain, liver, pancreas, kidneys, and heart working properly, it also protects them from damage and cellular damage and stuff like that. So it's one of those vitamins that are just like, it was kind of like a no-brainer for me, especially since I'm dealing with the high blood pressure, and I do currently take high blood pressure medication. But in addition to the medicine, I definitely wanted to incorporate something else good for heart. So I actually started taking these back in October. I only take these twice a week. I actually desire to take these daily though, because I'm more so taking these for my heart health. Honestly, I can't really say too much about these just yet because I don't feel like I'm taking them as often as I should be taking them. I haven't quite figured out a way for me to do Yeah, because once again, it has a lot of B vitamins in here. Right now, I'm taking the Coenzyme Q10 and the Women's Wellness Vitamins on the same days. So every Wednesday and every Sunday, I'm taking these. My last and final supplement are these Garden of Life Perfect Food Raw Green Superfood Capsules. They look like this. And Ty actually featured these in a video, like I think it was like his first video that he did by himself. When he was talking about like weight loss and stuff like that. So it says on the front that this contains freshly juiced greens 6 times more concentrated than whole leaf grass powders. It also contributes 34 nutrient dense greens, sprouts, and veggies to your daily diet. It's a healthy detoxification and it's balanced alkalinity. In this particular supplement, you're supposed to take 8 capsules a day. So that's a lot. I personally don't take 8 capsules a day. I tend to do 4. And sometimes I don't even take them if I was really good with my diet that day. Now, of course, it's always better to eat your vegetables and stuff like that. But I don't know anybody who has eaten or who can eat all of this in one day. There's a ton of stuff in here. There's even some probiotics and enzymes in here. But this, I feel, is just a really fantastic addition to pretty much anybody's diet, unless you have allergies and stuff like that. These capsules are actually bigger than a lot of the Andrew Lessman capsules. So these are about that size. And they're totally green. And they smell kind of like earthy. I guess they should, right? You got some grass in here. Say that if you want to start out with these, I would probably start gradually instead of like jumping in with 8 capsules at one time or whatnot. Either space them out or kind of just, you know, maybe start with 2 a day and then work your way up, just because they do kind of help with detoxing. So this completes all of the vitamins that I currently take. I don't take anything else other than like Claritin for my allergies every now and then, and like my blood pressure medicine and stuff like that. So once again, I hope you found this video helpful and I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me today. If so, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you very soon in another one. Take care.
Be sure to check out my channel homepage for lots more to watch. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more. Have a great day.